Hey guys, it's Rob the Sob, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the most recent and maybe final Berserk chapter to ever come out. And I have to say that after reading about this chapter, or reading through this chapter, it's like a lot of mixed emotions. This chapter has so much of what Berserk is about, and there's hardly like a lot to talk about, or there's a lot I will want to talk about, so let's go through the chapter, like a brief summary. So the chapter starts off with, I like how from this last chapter to this chapter it just jumps into like Guts bringing the Moonlight Child to or the gang basically, and they interact with the Moonlight Child, say a whole bunch of things, and Guts ends up letting the Moonlight Child like go with the gang, and he goes off to train without the berserker armor, and we get a couple of the great artwork that Berserk has come to be known for, shots of Guts, and then there's this one that really sticks out to me in the chapter. It's the one where Casca and the Moonlight Child are both laying down together, and then it cuts to Guts training it. You see that Guts is obviously not as like losing his sight and isn't fully mobile, you could say, of his body. He drops his sword, ends up dropping it while he's swinging it for practice. He throws one of his throwing knives at Apple, and he ends up missing it. And this is one of the lighter moments of the chapter. The Moonlight Child is in his armor, and they end up playing Knight, and you see Guts playing with them, and they're swinging their the twigs as swords at each other. And it kind of sad too, because like that the Moonlight Child is Griffith, or basically he holds, like, Griffith and the Moonlight Child basically share the same body overall. So, and then we go to Casca remembering the demon baby for a moment and having a vision of it from the past, and then she wakes up and she runs out, and as she runs out she sees that Guts is behind the Moonlight Child, but at this point obviously he's turning from the Moonlight Child into Griffith. And as per se with Berserk, there's some dialogue that really like just summarizes a lot of emotion in the short panels. We see that the Moonlight Child hair turning from black to white, and then as it's turning from black to white, you see Guts' face is just in shock and not really saying nothing from the last time Guts saw Griffith in front of him. And I like that metaphor that once again Griffith is in front of him, and Guts is staring at him as Griffith looks behind. And Griffith talks about how he's been having these dreams of an infant, and when these dreams are over, only a faint feeling of loneliness remains, and that too takes but a moment to disappear, with a single teardrop like the morning dew. And that's where the chapter ends. And I gotta say, after reading this, it's a lot, because overall obviously this is a great chapter. Like, out of the last 3 chapters we got, it seems like every one after the next has been getting better and better, and obviously this one, out of the last previous chapters, tops it off, because it leaves so many questions to if they continue it, what's gonna happen next. But if they don't continue it, it leaves the door open for interpretation of how you believe the story will continue. So I gotta say, it is sad knowing that like Kentaro Miura had like this vision in his head that he was gonna go on with, and sadly he passed away. And it's up to, at this point, his assistant and all the behind the scenes whether the manga will go. And if the manga does go, that's great. And I trust his assistants to do well because I believe Miura hired the right people that he felt shared the same ideas and same passion for Berserk. So I will have faith in them if they continue. But overall, it's sad and to know that this was one of the last panels he worked on, and you could see where he was gonna take the story, and it's just sad to know like he won't be able to see one of like his life's work finished, or he didn't get to finish it through. And that not to say overall he's done what almost no one could say great, one of the best manga, or not manga, stories ever written, a masterpiece. And not many people who are alive now or have passed could say that, and that in itself is an accomplishment. So I just want to so now let's get into my thought. As I say, I can't really say much. I just read the chapter like 20 minutes ago, and it like really in the feels, because like I said, this chapter or this manga or this story Berserk has really affected my life and changed it in positive ways and made me see life in a new perspective that I'm forever grateful for. And I'm pretty sure that if you read the manga and are a Berserk fan, you share the same thoughts as me. And yeah, it's just very sad, and like reading this manga was hard to get through without like feeling like just sadness to me, at least for me. I'm not saying that you should, like, if you were happy, laugh. There are some funny moments in here with Puck, obviously, but for me it was just like really sad. And then like to know that like I said, it's just sad. I don't want to repeat myself, but this was, as per se with Berserk, a great chapter. And if it doesn't come back, if it does, I'll be happy either way, because overall, like, Berserk in itself is a masterpiece, and whether it finishes or it doesn't, that doesn't change at this point. So hopefully all the fans are happy with this chapter, and you know, the manga lives on through people sharing it, continuing to find out about it, learn about it. So that's it, guys. And like I say, hopefully you guys enjoy the manga like I have, and hopefully I will be able to make a video saying that it's gonna continue, or some news about Berserk. But for the most part, let's just be happy that we still got this chapter, and it ends off with the amazing cliffhanger that could be, there's so many questions and answers to it that I think it leaves off for now at a great spot. And that's basically all I have to say, and thank you for watching.